So at the moment, I'm using the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 6K Pro. I use the Sony to show you the angles and the setup that I have on the camera. Yeah, before I start anything, I'm going to read few things for you that it's from the PDMovie. So bear with me when my eyes are going up and down. I'm not expert in this, okay? All right. So listen carefully. It says that when there are no objects within the scanning range of the motor, it will enter low power energy saving mode. In energy power saving mode, the frame rate of the scan will automatically decrease and the motor will jump to a depth of 5 meters. If no new objects are detected within 5 seconds scan range, it will jump to the depth of 30 meters. When an object re-enter the scanning range, the motor will resume normal autofocus mode operation. All right, so this exactly tells you the experience that I had when I took the camera to the city. It's almost exactly what I've read to you. Okay, so let me explain properly so that people can understand. You know, all the YouTube videos that people were talking about the motor is great. The technology is new, it's giving us something different, you know. So it's a good thing. I'm not bashing anything, but all the videos, they only show an object or a person, one person, remember, one person that goes back and forth and bring the face like this backwards and it's in focus. They point the hand, they show something, they remove it, which I did it as well myself. Those are the things that sold the motor to most people. We saw it and we said, wow, this is great, this is beautiful, this is fantastic. And it's still good. So I just want to tell you straight away that who is it for? It's for somebody that shoots products for commercials, that does product reviews, something that is close within the 1 meter range. Sometimes it can focus a little bit further, but when it stays for too long, it will switch back to 30 meters. So my experience that I was having in the city, sometimes I have to put my hand on the sensor just to activate the focus on somebody who is 2 meters away from the camera. Then it will focus on that person for few minutes, not minutes, 10 seconds, they said, and it will focus on the back. So, you know, the city is opened, you know, and when you watch my video, the guy that was singing, he is out of focus and he is in a range of 2 meters. Okay. All right. So let me go back to who is it for. So like I said, on YouTuber, the way I'm sitting down, if you set the motor like this, it will track, it will put you in focus. And if you point something, it will show in focus. Talking head like this, it will be in focus. And let's say you shooting a food commercials, because when you're shooting food and all that, you want to get things close up. That is where this shines a lot. It can do that. And also when you are shooting one person, you are orbiting around the person, it will work great. So these are some of the things that is not going to have issues. So if you know that you do product reviews, product commercials, and a few things. And also I have to mention, if you are a wedding shooter and a wedding is going on, I don't think it's a good idea to use it for a whole wedding ceremony. because you might have the issue of the autofocus focusing on something that it's not what you intended for. So, but it will be very good when you're doing the B-rolls, when the bride is getting ready, doing the makeups, and sometimes you want to push the camera close to the makeup, and when they're using the pencil for the eyelash and those kind of things, it will work greatly. And when the groom also is doing his ties, he's doing the plates, the watch, the shoes, and those kind of b-roll thing, it will work perfectly for that. But when the actual wedding is going on and you try to do the good luck, but I can also say that you can use it if you're brave enough, but you have to use wide angle lens. So I did get away, and there was an event that I shot. I shot it with my 20 millimeters, and because I know how the motor behaves, I also develop a technique that I have to use. So if I want to shoot, get somebody in focus, which is a little bit further from 1 meter, I have to lift it above the person that is close to me, so that the lidar autofocus will focus on the people over there. And also, no matter how big the room is, it's not like you are in outside, because outside it can shoot further than this 30 meters they're talking about. It can go like 300 meters. Whatever it finds on that far end is what it's going to focus on. So in the event, what the techniques I was using is I was trying to tilt it in a way that the sensor will not see the person that is behind me, close, like not behind me, in front of me. So I can capture almost a lot of people in the frame. So that's how I got away with it. And also when I was, after the functions, people have to go and eat. So I was doing it in a way, and it was working. So if you're brave enough, you remember wedding, you can repeat it. You can't tell them, oh, most of my footage are out of focus, so can you come back and let's reshoot. Don't take that chances. If you want to take that chance, get somebody who is got the main camera for the ceremony, and you can try with this focus system and see how. And whilst you are shooting, remember, try to develop a skill, a technique. I'm somebody who always want to find a solution rather than complain. The autofocus is, for some of us, it's expensive. It's not that expensive from the DJI one, but £400 or less than £400 is a lot of money for us. So you are expecting it to work in a certain way, but I don't get discouraged. I try to find a workaround. So I don't want to talk too much to make this video too long, but all that I'm saying is, and please, for those of you who don't have this system, when you are commenting, be careful, be nice, and ask questions. Don't say, oh, they say it works like this, it works like that, or maybe you didn't mount it correctly, properly. And also, if you have this system, for you to prove me wrong or right, take it to the city, take it to among a lot of people, the crowd, and use it, and you will understand what I experienced. You know what I'm saying? So go and do all those things before you come and say, oh, you're wrong. Maybe it might be your setup, maybe it might be your product or your follow focus system. So go out there, take your system. I don't mind you put it on the gimbal or you do handheld, but with handheld, my my way of doing handheld, I always put it on monopod with a fluid head, so I can tilt up and down. So when you have monopod, you have the stability, because it's not everything that you want to walk. Sometimes you just want to have the freedom of moving the camera. So if it's on monopod, it's easy to do that. So when you see my video, people were asking me, did you use gimbal? No, I didn't, because it was kind of raining. So I don't want to go with all the gimbal and all the things. So I just went with the camera and the setup. And finally, I switched. Beginning, I was using 35 lens 35, and how the problem was kind of too much for me, so I switched the lens to 20 millimeters, and I was able to get a lot of people in focus that is past the 1 meter range, but the beautiful thing is, when this system focus on something, it's really focused on it. It's not a joke. If it does focus, it focuses amazingly. So don't look at this video and say, oh, I'm not going to buy it. But you have to know what you want to use it for. If you going on holidays and you want to capture beautiful things and you don't mind things in front of you being out of focus and the background being in focus, because this thing is good at that. It will focus a lot of things at the background. If that is what you want, it will work greatly for you. Or if you are in the midst of a lot of people and you want to capture something in a range of 2 meters, it's going to be a little bit difficult. And another thing that I have to warn you about is when you are in a public place and a lot of people are walking past the lens. Every time they walk past it, it tries to focus on them, and because they just walk past it, it hunts and trying to focus back on whatever is in front. So the system don't have the time to focus on the things that is around. Okay, let me say this before I forget. Whenever somebody passes through the lens, it activates somebody who is within the 2 meters range, and it focuses on that person beautifully. But 10 seconds, it will switch back to the background. So the trick and the technique I developed is, when I was in the city, the people were walking towards me, so I stood in the middle of the pathway. So a lot of people will walk close to me before they realize, oh, there's a camera there, and then they will walk past me. So I managed to get not people that were passing, but people that were coming straight at me. So I managed to get a lot of people in focus. That's what I'm saying, that you have to develop a technique whenever a situation arises or issue. You have to find a workaround. So that is my workaround. I stood in the middle of the pathway, and all the people that come in at me, I managed to get them in focus. And this motor system, it got a way of focusing speed. When you press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it will switch to a different speed. So I used the medium speed. So the medium speed, it takes a little bit of time to be in focus. So by the time the person will get close to me, that the system will focus, the person is already close to the lens and I can't get the person in focus. But if you put it in a high speed focus mode, it works, but it makes a lot of noise with the lens and then the motor, because they click, 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 click. That's the noise it makes. So if you are recording something and trying to use the camera microphone, that's the sound you're going to get out of it. Even if you mount a microphone on the camera, you will still hear the noise that it makes. So that's why I didn't use the high speed, but the high speed could probably work better, because when the person walks away, it will quickly focus on the person that is coming close to me. So as I've told you, when you are in a public place, try that speed. It will work if you don't mind about the sound or the noise that the motor makes. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say. I don't have anything much to say, and I don't want this video to be long. So like I said, before you comment and you didn't do it properly and all that, take your system out. Don't go and do the dodgy thing and come in focus and out of focus and say that, oh man, you're wrong. Take your system out in the public and experience what I'm experiencing. But if you are somebody that shoots products, reviews, something close, you don't have to worry about anything. So before you buy it, you have to know what you want to use it for. I have a friend who says that, oh, I shoot music video and this will be great. Yes, it will be great if you have like wide lens, like 20 millimeters. Don't go too wide, like 18 or I have not tried that, but I did set up. We did another setup for my friend that also have Blackmagic camera, and he is using the Sigma 18 to 35. We tried the seamless gear and it wasn't working. So when you buy the system, they give you a gear that is got a kind of hard stop. So that is how we use it. We put that gear on it and there was a hard stop. So when we were setting it up, it will go and stop at the hard stop and then the other one. So we used the 18 to set it up, and we used the 24 because it's 18 to 35. So in between the 18 to 35, there is 24. There is 20 something. So we did 18, 24, and 35. So he told me on that Saturday, the other Saturday, he had a program and he ended up using the 24 more than the 35 and the 18. And he explained to me that reason why he didn't use the 18 is that there wasn't a lot of people. And when he used the 18, the place looks like empty. But already, reason why wide lens it's kind of good, that I think is good, is that wide lens is already getting a lot of things in focus. So no matter how this follow focus system will struggle with a wide lens, a lot of things will automatically be in focus anyway. So then you can get away with a lot of things. So I have the Sigma 18 to 35, but I have not tried it on it. And I don't think, because I have all my cinema lenses. I have 16, and I have the 20, and I have 35, I have 50, I have 85. The only lens that I want to buy that I've not bought it yet is 135. I haven't bought it yet. So if I manage to buy it, and I did try the 85. It's so hard to get. It's not like hard that the system don't get things in focus, but if you either go very far when there is no other object in front of you, it will focus on a distance like 30 meters. But the moment you have a subject that you want to get him in focus, it has to really be close in that 1 meter range. That 1 meter range. So I have to come really close, and it's like this, so like I said, that if you're doing a product review and you want to get something close and you want like a telephoto kind of close up, then the 85 will work. Any lens work for it, but the distance is the issue. My first video, somebody commented that he doesn't think that it's the distance that I'm talking about. But I checked on his video thing and I realized that he hasn't got even the system. He's telling me what probably one of the videos that the PDMovie put it out, telling me that they've tried it in the dark and they have the sensor calibrated and blah 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 blah. But man, practical way of doing things is sometimes different from the theoretical point of view. So this is what I want to say. You feel free to comment, feel free to get your input, educate me if you have any other way. I'll say thank you, definitely. So this is the video that I want to make to conclude my findings when I went to the city. Yeah, so take care and ciao ciao.